the sacrifice on blockchain, a public thing where everyone can see that I sacrificed. And so my perception is those funds sitting there and never moving maintains the value of that being a sacrifice, right? The word sacrifice is true as long as it is actually a sacrifice. It just stays there for all time. It's a true sacrifice. So when this idea that, oh, the treasury and you're gonna fund this and fund that, I literally look at it, oh, this is a money grab. The only reason why any lawyer or any government, anyone is interested in Richard Hart is because of the money. The potential that, yeah, you know, they could get their hands, their dirty little sticky hands on those coins. On those coins. Man, that's still outrage. That's outrage marketing. So the sacrifice funds is outrage marketing. What an outrage. That much money? What are you guys talking about? So it's like, you go do the Richard Hart, you go look into Richard Hart, and all you see is like the flamboyant stuff. And of course, you see that there's hours and hours of videos of him talking. You go to watch some of those and it sounds like an alien language because he's just talking about blockchain tech and blockchain politics and people in blockchain that nobody knows, right? So, and his passion for Bitcoin, this and blocks, and you know, his language is a different language. So you can see the outrage marketing and the Gucci and the flamboyant stuff, and you know what that is. But you go to research what comes before that, and you're lost. You can't figure that out. You know, that's like seeing aliens on their own planet before they invaded yours. You know, seeing what Richard Hart is before the outrage marketing, and as a result of the outrage marketing, we have a lawsuit that's about it. It's about the outrage. That's what the charges are. You're being outrageous with the funds of investors. Ooh, y'all niggas is far off. Far off. Sacrifice. I'm a sacrifice. What is the difference? What is the length of, I don't know how to phrase this. How much space, I'll say this like this. How much space is there between someone who sees themselves as an investor and someone who sees himself as a sacrificer for freedom? Right? Sacrifice. I sacrificed this crypto for freedom. It sits there forever because I sacrificed it. There's a big difference between that person and an investor. And who's gonna win? Oh man, the investor. Didn't the investor already lose? Because it does say sacrifice. So just by being a sacrificer, I already won. Right? Because I'm not lying to myself. I'm not lying to myself, basically. Because if you enter a sacrifice and you're an investor, and you're lying to yourself, and you already lost by lying to yourself. Right? So anyone who sees that and sees the word sacrifice and ignores it and talks about funds or, you know, treasury or whatever, and not just a sacrifice that sits there for all time for freedom, to represent freedom. And if it moves, it means there's no more freedom. It means you sacrifice. But I mean, come on now. It's a good thing I have on this shirt, you know. I don't have to give the esoteric disclaimer. So usually when I check the time, it's because I already said what I wanted to say. And so, yeah. But other than that, everyone from the Hexagon point of view, from the Pulsechain point of view, is just like, yeah, man, you know, this is garbage. And if it wasn't garbage, you know, I can see Richard Hart feeling disrespected. Like, oh, so this is the complaint y'all filed? Like, come on, this is disrespectful to me. Like, this is what, but I guess this is what I asked for, though. Outrage marketing is all I get. I get more outrage. So my response to outrage marketing is more outrage marketing. Nice. And behind the scenes, we have the hexagons and the sacrificers and decentralized folks being free. Experiencing what it's like to be free. Experiencing freedom. You know, there's a difference when you're free because of blockchain. And there's a lot of hexagons like that. And even if they're not free now, they know what it feels like. They know what it'd be like to be free as a result of blockchain. Meaning I'm independently free. There is no one else in front of me when it comes to me and being free. It's just me and the funds on the blockchain. And because of those funds, the value of them is what makes me free. Now, that experience is like, you can't, that's another world, man. That's another type of being. You become a different type of being, all right, compared to someone else who have never seen that type of life, never had that experience as it relates to a blockchain, a decentralized, as it relates to having a hex contract that pays me directly, and there's no one else involved in that. That's a different type of being, all right? And that's what a hexakin, that's what a pulsechain is. It's like a hornet's nest in a sense. You know, it's worse than that shit. Like, and even now, I see just a few hexagons popping up. I mean, there's some real ones still in the background, like real ones. Real ones, like probably just sitting on like, oh, okay, this ain't going nowhere. You know, so yeah, I'm looking at the time because that's the flow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So to reiterate, this is a sacrifice for freedom. The best response to something like this is no response, basically. I mean, it doesn't deserve a response. And that's what being decentralized is all about. It's all about the freedom to not respond. And that's that. Come again or not. Doesn't matter. All right? Yeah.